These Vikings aren't going to have enough time to kill off the medevac and the remaining Viking here. He has to back them off and land all his Vikings. However, this bio ball really just cruising through Lauder's left side of his base here, killing off every ground unit that's remaining, killing lots of SCVs here now, uncontested, only has a few Vikings here to defend. And it looks like Darkshines is actually in a really strong position. If he can keep moving and keep healing up with these medevacs, he will be able to kill quite a lot of SCVs. And some more Vikings coming out now for Lauder. He does have 4 starports after all, being able to crank them out very quickly. And he needs to stay on these guys to kill them. Finally, that last Viking goes down. He will be able to kill this medevac, but the medevac's basically out of energy anyway. Darkshine's going to do what he can to kill off the remaining SCVs. However, Lauder did transfer probably 10 or so SCVs over to this natural, so it wasn't a total loss for him. Darkshine's just now losing the last of his drop forces there to those Marauders, so Darkshine's getting a really favorable exchange there, really hurting the economy of Lauder, setting him back, basically evening up the game. And now, check this out, Darkshines actually has 10 more SCVs now than Lauder, who's been running off of those 2 bases this whole game, practically. And Darkshine's going to try to do even more aggression. He doesn't have any medevacs left, so he is going to take the long way around. These 2 Hellions of Lauder did see him moving out, so Lauder is going to be in a decent position to have some Vikings prepared. He's going to land them on the high ground. Oh, no, he's not. He's going to be seen by these Vikings. This Viking does manage to take out 1 there before going down. And Darkshine's going to continue moving up with his very small ground force. Going to be able to kill off at least a Viking there. Maybe an SCV there, maybe another Viking. So few Marines against this many Vikings. I don't see him really doing anything here. He did kill off 2 Vikings there with his little counterattack / continued aggression. Lauder still making basically nothing but Vikings here. If you look at the production tab, Marauders and Vikings are his units of choice. Darkshine's still getting a couple of medevacs and a couple of Vikings. Good mix of units still out of him, not too heavy on any one unit. He knows pretty much what Lauder's doing here, just getting a lot of starports. Oh, and check this out, Darkshine's choosing to expand at the high-yield mineral base. Lauder looks like his SCV is headed there right now, though, so Darkshines will be discovered very soon. These 3 Vikings of Lauder, actually lots of Vikings of Lauder, patrolling all over the map, making sure there's no expansions. However, he does spot this one here with this Xel'Naga tower, and he's going to go ahead and try and kill off this SCV that's building it. Most likely, yeah, there he goes. Trying to gun down that red SCV of Darkshines while Automaton 2000 just watches the whole thing go down. Darkshines, of course, does not want to let this happen, so he's sending lots of ground forces here. He even has a Hellion of his own on the field. 1 Viking lands for Lauder, kills off that SCV, and is trying to chip away at the command center. Darkshines has actually plenty of time to get down there with his Vikings, SCVs, and ground forces. This Hellion could move in and start trying to kill off this, very low health Viking, too. Only had a couple of hits left, and this SCV has basically no health either. So Lauder unable to stop that expansion from going up. After all these SCVs here are going to be able to finish that building up. And lots of Vikings from Lauder still. I mean, he's been making nothing but Vikings and Marauders pretty much this entire game. So here are all his Marauders. His Vikings are kind of scattered around the middle, not being too focused right now. If he actually dropped here at the mineral line of Darkshines, this game would be over pretty quick because all his forces are out of place and he would have to rebuild his entire base down here. So it looks like Lauder is going to start moving around with both forces combined, all the Vikings overhead of these Marauders. Going to try and do some damage here at the main of Darkshines. Darkshines also retaliating, sending his own Vikings and ground forces towards Lauder's base. So you're going to see a little bit of dual aggression here. Lauder trying to kill what he can while Darkshines is still moving around the map. What is he going to be able to achieve? He's killing SCVs, but there's so few minerals here anyway, it's not going to matter too much. These Vikings still have not landed. He's probably going to want to get them in as soon as possible while these Marauders just kill everything. I'm actually surprised to see these Vikings not doing anything. Finally, Darkshines arrives at the natural area of Lauder, able to kill off everything that he's got there. He's probably going to be able to kill off this command center no problem if he can land his Vikings. So Vikings in the air don't do much good. Lauder still moving through Darkshine's base, just moving through, killing everything. Lauder sending all of his Vikings to go respond to Darkshines. Darkshines was able to kill that command center off without even landing his Vikings. The Vikings are running protection here for this medevac. Finally, the Vikings of Lauder come back over to his main base to try and hold off Darkshine's aggression. All these SCVs here from that natural are hiding. All these Marauders not doing anything. It looks like he just moved to one side of the map. Darkshines took off his buildings, his command center lifted off, his factory lifted off. He's sending more SCVs now down to his high yield expansion, and he's building 3 more barracks and a starport. Finally, Darkshines does back off of that after killing that natural. He does not want to tangle with Louder's remaining forces. All Louder has here is 9 Vikings against a pretty good sized force from Darkshines. Darkshines has less SCVs now. He's only sitting at 19 SCVs. This far into the game, both players still under 30 workers. That's pretty crazy. Lots of back and forth here. Darkshines moving around with his Marines and Marauders, going to try and finish off this ball of very low health stemmed Marauders. Going to easily be able to do that, I'm thinking, because they are such low health. Yeah, and Louder looks like he's going to try out some last-minute aggression here with his Banshee and Viking force. He's even got 2 Marauders here to try and kill off what he can. He really needs to go for these SCVs, so Darkshine's economy is totally crippled. Both players actually still have a decent number of minerals, but Louder, with no gas left, unable to support his 4 starports any longer. Darkshines does pull all his SCVs to try and slow down the damage to his base here. It looks like these 2 Vikings go down to this 1 Marauder. Cloaked Banshee here too. Not sure what Darkshines is going to be able to do about that, as he does not have any scans saved up. Darkshine's taking absolutely forever to get his ground forces of Vikings down here to his high yield. I'm feeling for him. His orbital command still alive though, and this Banshee unable to attack it anymore. He's only got 2 Vikings here left to hit the command center. The Banshee is going to run out of energy. It's only got 6 left. Darkshine's just waiting around. Finally does drop a scan. He used his orbital command way up here that he parked on the island to kill off that last Banshee, and now he's moving back towards Louder's base, and the frame rate takes a huge hit here toward the end of the game. I'm not sure why. That's very annoying, Fraps. Why would you do that? But Louder still has a bunch of Vikings in the air, still has a Marauder and some Marines, but he is so behind on economy, does not have hardly any gas up. His workers just aren't. He's got no resources really to work with anymore, and he knows that Darkshines still has a favorable position working off of these 2 bases. And even though he's highly immobile with his army, he's just had more units throughout the game. So Louder decides he has enough of this total back and forth Terran slaughterfest and calls good game. So really good play again out of Darkshines, really good play out of Louder too, but a couple of mistakes. And just being all over the place at one time causes him to go ahead and type out GG. So hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did, and stick around. I'm going to be uploading more single-player stuff every single day, and try to get at least 1 pro commentary up on the channel as well to satisfy you folks who could give a crap about the single player. So thanks again. See you guys next time. However, he does think the better of it as well and heads on home. Is Huck expanding? Yes, he is, over at his natural. So taking his natural as his 3rd base. These 3 gateways still come